Alrighty. So, walking down the Dubai ports near the Biker Station Cafe, and look who I bumped into. Oh no, that's a lie. I bumped into Carlos at the warehouse gym. He came there to train. I was like, oh man, that's a legend. Anyways, we're joined with Carlos Castro, the maestro and the legend in strength conditioning. He's here to teach, or did teach, a course for the Strength Sensei group, and that was the Essentials of Program Design.
Yes.
And Metabolic Analysis.
Exactly.
Analytics.
Analytics.
Yes. Yeah. How was your course?
It was great. It was great. Both classes had a very nice, how to say it, like enthusiastic group of students willing to learn more and to go deep into the details and the knowledge. So that makes it way more interesting. And they were hard workers. So it's nice to have hard workers in the gym all the time.
Nice. And was everyone, did everyone know what you were talking about, or was it like a mixed bag?
It was like a mixed bag. People had some background and other ones not so much. And that also makes it interesting because you need to make everybody understand everything, right?
Amazing.
So it was nice. It was nice. Very nice.
Amazing. How's your trip been in Dubai so far?
Oh, it's been excellent.
What's the highlight? What's your favorite part about this place?
It's just a different city, different culture, different environment, and I like that. And I had the opportunity to go to Hatta to spend a weekend in the mountains. Very, very nice.
Beautiful
very
place.
Nice. Beautiful place.
Beautiful place. Awesome. All right, let's get down to it. Carlos was kind enough to let me ask him a few questions while he's getting ready to get on a boat. So Carlos, first things first, during your course or during your teachings, what was the one thing you think your students learned, or the lessons that the most important lesson your students got from the courses?
Allow me to give two things.
Perfect.
The first one was the exact concept of tempo, because I made them experience what tempo is. And when you read about it and try to train with it, it's fine. But when somebody tells you you're not going to do this, you're going to do that, and you go through it with a lot of different effort, that like opens your eyes.
Okay.
And the other thing that I realized that they were like, oh, this is very interesting, is how to properly prescribe the number of sets for a workout and when to stop an exercise. So I think those were like two main points, and that was very interesting.
Amazing. And when should we stop exercising? He's gonna be like, take the course.
Yeah, that's part of the class.
That's part of the class. Okay, so now that I have you, and you mentioned tempo, I mean, there's been this really, I think, a few people write it differently. Some people write eccentric pause, concentric pause, and then some people write it the other way around. So in Toronto with CanFit Pro, they wrote it the other way around. Yeah. What is the correct way to write it?
Well,
or is it what you understand?
As long as you understand what you're doing and you're doing it right, I don't really care. We use a code that Charles developed, but I mean, if you find it easier the other way around, but you apply it properly, the whole point is do things right.
Yeah.
So whatever takes you to do things right is fine.
Awesome. So there's no correct method, but just know what you're doing and what the numbers mean.
The correct method is using tempo properly.
Correct. Awesome.
Yeah.
Next question I wanted to ask you was related to exercise and strength athletes. So if we take a few different genres and we ask you, what would be the one exercise you would like to see people do more of in, let's start with bodybuilding.
Ask me for everything. All the sports.
Okay, bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit, strongman, Olympic lifting, and
whatever sport you want.
And whatever sport you want.
You should be doing the exercises you are weak at. You should get properly tested. You should find your weak spots and work on them. What's the point in working your strength rather than in your weaknesses? If you're an athlete, no matter which discipline you are at, get properly tested or learn how to test and do the exercises that you need the most.
Amazing. I feel like so. What you're essentially is, it's great to practice the lifts that you want to, but also know where you are breaking down your form and you're breaking down your technique, and work on those weaknesses. Yeah, perfect, awesome. Alrighty, so Carlos, next question: what would be the one lifestyle factor or change you would like to see people make in their lives, other than sleep?
Wow, you say other than sleep because, of course, sleep is probably the most important and underrated one. But I would say that let me say two things. First of all, you need to balance yin and yang. That's very important, and it's not only by sleeping. Stretching is very underused. And the other thing I would say is that people should be taking their right supplements at the right time, and the right quality supplements. That's what I mean. Yeah, because you know that in the market you can find whatever you want.
Correct.
Not very nice quality, but the proper supplements in the right time will make people healthier in the long term. And if you're healthy, you can practice more whatever you want to practice.
Awesome. Is there any supplement company you recommend?
Yeah, we recommend Designs for Health, we recommend ATP Labs, and we recommend Nutridyn.
Okay, cool. I'll have those links in the video below. I think last but not least, is there one food you would like to have strength athletes include in their diet more, other than protein and omega-3?
Veggies.
Veggies.
I think veggies are not consumed enough, and people don't understand the power of veggies. Have them in the form of veggies that you eat or green drinks, but veggies are very important for your health, your performance, and your life.
Amazing. So I know that there's a lot of talk around organic versus non-organic, blah blah blah, and that gives people excuses not to eat veggies. But just eat your veggies. I mean, if you can find organic, amazing, eat it. But if you cannot, still eat it.
Yeah, but be careful. The Environmental Working Group has a list every year with clean 15 and dirty dozen. The dirty dozen are the ones you will never eat non-organic. Like never.
Okay, good.
But eat as organic as possible, always, all the time. Yeah.
Okay, so the dirty dozen and the healthy 15?
Clean
15.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool, we'll have some links there. Awesome. Carlos, thank you for joining us, and thank you for giving me your time. It was amazing to having you in town.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos.